Hey guys, welcome to this tutorial series on top Java interview question. This video is about comparable and comparator. So let's get started. So agenda is the introduction, then I will create comparable and comparator using Eclipse and will explain the difference between comparable and comparator. Okay, so comparator and comparables are used to sort the collection based on custom objects. So let's say you put some custom objects like employee in collection and you want to sort employee based on ID name, so you can use comparator for that purpose. So let's create a project in Eclipse. So let's create a class employee. So let's say we have an employee class inside com dot sorting package. Okay, so let's add some properties to employee class: private string name and private int id. So let's say we want to sort this employee class based on name. Okay, so we need to implement comparable for that. Okay, and we need to override method from the comparable, which is compare to method. So this method will return integer value, so it can be 0 minus 1, be it 0 positive or negative value. So let's compare the name first. So we can return this dot name this dot name dot compare to. Okay, compare to. So this object, let's give some name, employee. Okay, so we have to typecast this object, so this object will be employee class object. Okay, so this is employee. Okay, so now we can use e dot name. So this will return a 0 value when both strings are same, like the current string and the employee object, this employee object name is same, then this will return 0, this function will return 0. So let's create a test class. Let's give a name to class sorting test. So in this class we will create a list of employees and we will sort based on name. Okay, so let's create a main function. Okay, so let's create a list of employees equal to new array list. Okay, let's import the package. So let's create some employees object. Employee e1 equal to new employee. So we don't have constructor employee class, so let's create that to create the initialize objects. So we can create one parameterized constructor as employee. Here let's pass string name and int id. Okay, so this dot name equals to name, this dot id equal to id. Okay, so now let's create some objects. Let's give a name to object John, and let's give a id. Okay, let's create three employee objects, E2 and E3. ABC. Okay, so let's add these objects into employee list. E1, let's add E2 and E3. So now to sort this list, we can use collections dot sort. Okay, here we need to pass the list, so let's pass the employee list, so we can print it here. So let's print it out. Okay, let's use streams for that to print it. Okay, so we can print the employee name and id. E dot okay, so we don't have getter and setter for these fields, so let's create getter and setter also. Okay, okay, done. So now we can access the values using the get method. So let's print the id and name. So get name, yes. So let's test it out. Okay, so yep, it is working. So we have the employees list are sorted based on name. So let's give some values to id because the id is same. So let's start up or something. Okay, let's run it again. Yep, yeah, it is working. So so using comparable, we can sort any class based on the properties. So here we are sorting based on name. So same way we can use comparable for. So in my next video I will explain about the comparator. So same way I will create comparator and will explain the difference of comparable and comparator, and they are in using comparator we can do many type of sorting for the properties of the any custom classes, so that I will explain in my next video. See you next video. Bye bye.